examination of the galaxies of space, images begin to appear. Images of strange and powerful forces. But of all the forces in the universe, the two most powerful, Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior.
Good afternoon, Gen Xers. April 1st, 1990. The Ultimate Showdown. My guy, by this point, at 10 years old, just 12 days shy of turning 11, by this point I was firmly a warrior. I had left the camp of Hulkamania and was on the path of the gods and the warriors. Intercontinental Champion, the Ultimate Warrior, would challenge Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship. And in perhaps the Warrior's greatest match, in 26 minutes, he did indeed win and became a dual champion. Other things that stand out about WrestleMania 6, first of all, it was the first international WrestleMania. They were back in a football stadium, but this time a Canadian football stadium in the Skydome in Toronto. But one of the big things to me was this man, Andre the Giant, who as a childhood favorite had become a hated enemy, came back to the good side when he turned on Bobby Heenan and slapped the bejesus out of him. But WrestleMania 6 also was not necessarily the best card. It had some matches like Rick Martel versus Coco Beware that you would just roll your eyes at if you saw them on a WrestleMania card today. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Ted DiBiase, and then DiBiase sticking around afterwards to go after the big boss man. The Rockers facing the Orient Express, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty taking their WrestleMania records to 0-2 thanks to what is considered now one of the most racist gimmicks in wrestling, the Asian wrestler throwing salt into the American wrestler's eyes. But WrestleMania 6 stands out for it's the night that the WWF put the belt on the Ultimate Warrior and put their faith and trust in him. And although in the long run he didn't have the lengthy run that Hulk Hogan would, it was still a great night for me as a Warrior fan. Also, it's the only WrestleMania that Dusty Rhodes competed on. Now, Dusty Rhodes, of course, would be inducted in the Hall of Fame, and he would show up at several WrestleManias later on. But that night, he teamed with Sweet Sapphire to take on the Macho King, Randy Savage, and Sensational Sherry. But what are your thoughts of WrestleMania 6? Let me know down in the comments.